So I want to walk you through something I stumbled across recently because it genuinely surprised me. There's a brand new Faceless AI channel out there, completely faceless, no personality, no talking head, sitting in the AI music space. It's only about 2 months old, and it's already crossed 27,000 subscribers. I know what you're thinking.
Side hustle professor, I have no talent.
My friend, I sound like
Not prince on my regal robes before
Anywho, the niche itself is AI music. Themed background music videos built around songs generated with AI tools. Here's the part that really caught my attention. This channel launched in late May. Just 4 weeks after posting its first video, it had already jumped from 0 to over 40,000 views a day. And then, 4 weeks after that, it climbed even higher, to more than 90,000 views a day. If you're in the YouTube Partner Program and pulling numbers like that on long-form videos, that can realistically translate into $300 or more a day on average. And I know for a fact this channel is monetized because of a little trick that hardly anyone seems to know about: checking for the thanks and join buttons. Here's how it works. You'll notice a thanks button under some videos. If a fan clicks it, they can send the creator a one-time donation. Then on the channel page itself, you might see a join button, which lets fans sign up for a paid monthly membership. And on plenty of channels, people actually do it. You'll see real members in the comments and community tab. Both of these are optional fan support features, but here's the key thing. YouTube only allows channels to turn either of them on once they've been accepted into the partner program. So if you come across a channel with one or both of these enabled, that's proof they're monetized. Period. I bring this up because there's a myth going around that YouTube secretly demonetizes AI-generated content.
Don't do it to me. I beg you. No. Nothing.
That's simply not accurate. YouTube has publicly clarified that any video, AI made or not, can be monetized as long as it follows their normal monetization guidelines. So if you want to test whether a niche like AI music is actually viable, open up a handful of channels within it and check whether they've got either of these buttons switched on. Now, plenty of eligible creators choose not to ask for money even when they could. That's a personal choice. But if a niche is genuinely monetizable, you'll usually find at least a few creators in it who do turn these features on. And because AI music channels are clearly getting both the view numbers and the confirmed monetization, I honestly think this might be the strongest faceless niche a total beginner could jump into right now. So let me walk you through exactly how to build one of these channels, step by step, using a simple AI tool workflow. Step 1 is to pick a trendy, low-competition, high-demand niche. Here's the thing about AI music as a category. It's enormous. You've got Nordic ambient, lo-fi, vaporwave, tropical chill-out, jazz, and honestly, the list keeps going. And within each of those broad styles, there are tons of sub-niches hiding inside. Haha, don't worry. Having options is great in a life where everything sounds saturated. Take lo-fi since it's the most popular style of background music out there. Even within lo-fi, you've got very distinct sub-niches. For example, lo-fi study videos that include an on-screen countdown timer, especially the ones with cute animals in them, are doing really well right now. Separately, lo-fi videos set against Japanese anime-style neighborhoods and streets are also trending hard. Now think about that for a second. Both of those are technically lo-fi channels, and they might even be using nearly identical music, but they're considered totally different sub-niches because the visual background is completely different. And honestly, a lot of viewers end up caring more about what's on screen than what style of music is actually playing. So how do you actually find a low-competition trending sub-niche to target? You can install a free browser research extension built for YouTube.
What?
Yes, it's free. The free tier is a solid option, and you genuinely don't need to pay for the premium version to get useful data here. Once you've got that installed, head back to YouTube and search for a music style that you personally enjoy listening to. Then apply some filters. Look for videos longer than 20 minutes, uploaded within the past month, and sort by popularity. Doing this lets you do two things. First, you can check whether the type of video you want to make is high demand and low competition. A good research extension will usually flag this with a simple color-coded score, green meaning favorable. Second, you can scroll through the results and use that same extension to spot videos that are racking up steady hourly views despite coming from small channels. As an example from my own research, I found a video that had pulled in over 130,000 views in 2 weeks from a channel with just around 4,000 subscribers. Right below it was another video with over 130,000 views from a channel sitting at under 3,000 subscribers. It's even better if you take it a step further and open up those channels to check their age. In this case, one of them turned out to be brand new, only about a month old. But when I sorted its uploads by most popular, it already had multiple videos locked into the algorithm, collectively bringing in hundreds of passive views every single hour. That's a textbook example of a high-demand, low-competition subniche worth jumping on. In my case, the winning combination ended up being soft, uplifting piano music paired with a cozy British cottage garden aesthetic. Once you've landed on your niche and sub-niche, you're ready to move to the next step, generating your actual songs. Step 2 is to generate your AI songs. This part is pretty straightforward once you've picked an AI music generation tool. In the song creation section, you just describe the vibe, the mood, and what the track will be used for. If you don't want lyrics, which is usually the case for background music, you can toggle an instrumental option, then generate. Most tools will hand you 2 different song variations to choose between. Each generation typically costs a handful of credits, and on a mid-tier or pro plan, which usually includes commercial rights, you can generate hundreds of songs a month. Once you've got a track you like, extending it is easy. Click to extend, choose how much of the existing song to keep, and generate again. The tool will usually produce 2 new extensions to pick from, each adding anywhere from 30 seconds up to about 4 minutes. If you like one, merge it with the original track. In my case, a song I started at 2 minutes and 50 seconds ended up over 6 minutes long after a couple of rounds of extending. How many songs you generate is really up to you, but most AI music videos out there run somewhere between 30 minutes and 2 hours, since people tend to put them on in the background while working or studying. That means you'll usually want somewhere between 10 and 20 individual songs per video, enough to mix, match, and occasionally repeat a track or two to fill out the runtime. Once you've got your full batch of songs ready, you can move on to building your visuals. Step 3 is to create the video background. There are 2 main routes here, and which one makes sense really depends on the niche and sub-niche you picked back in step 1. For some niches, viewers genuinely don't mind a single static image sitting on screen the entire video. Making one is simple. Pretty much every major AI image generator these days can handle it. Pick whichever tool you like working with, then prompt it to create something in a similar visual style to what's already performing well in your sub-niche. Generate a batch of options and pick your favorite. The other route is to use an AI video generator to create a looping animated background instead. In my sub-niche, soft piano music, animated backgrounds tend to outperform static ones. Making a clean, seamless loop is easier than it sounds if you know the frame-to-frame trick. Here's how that works. First, you'll need an AI video model capable of controlling both the first and last frame of a generated clip precisely. Not every tool handles this cleanly, so it's worth testing a couple. Set your generation to whatever the shortest clip length available is, usually somewhere around 15 seconds in a 16:9 ratio, with sound turned off. Then upload your chosen image as the starting frame and upload the exact same image again as the final frame. Type in a short prompt describing whatever subtle motion you want happening in between. Drifting clouds, swaying leaves, a flickering candle, whatever fits your scene. Click Generate. Because the first and last frames match, the resulting clip loops perfectly. You can now take that single clip and reuse it as your entire video background, and it'll play as one continuous, seamless animation. Most casual viewers watching in the background won't even notice it's repeating. That's one way to build your background. But there's a second approach, generating multiple different loops and mixing them together throughout the video. To do this, just rerun the same prompt 2, 3, or 4 more times, and you'll end up with several distinct animated loops. Then, you can randomly shuffle them throughout your video, so the visuals keep shifting and viewers never quite know what's coming next. That said, I'll be honest, most AI music videos I've come across just reuse one single clip the whole way through, so mixing multiple loops isn't strictly necessary. It's more of a nice creative extra than a requirement. Either way, once your background is sorted, you're ready to move to editing. Step 4 is to edit everything together using the crossfade trick. For this step, you'll need a video editor with some AI-assisted features. Honestly, most of the mainstream options work fine here. Pick whichever one you're most comfortable with. They're all pretty similar for this purpose. Start a new project and import every song you generated. Take your first track and drag it onto the timeline. Then, take your second track and drag it in just above the first, letting the start of song 2 slightly overlap the tail end of song 1. Zoom in on the timeline, and when you hover over the end of song 1, you'll see a small fade handle appear. Click and drag it over so it lines up with the beginning of song 2. You'll see a little curve form as you do this. Then do the same thing on the start of song 2, dragging its handle back to line up with the end of song 1. That's the crossfade trick, and it's what most of the top-performing AI music channels do, because it eliminates the dead silence between tracks and makes the transition feel smooth instead of abrupt. Just repeat this process for every song on your timeline. And here's a small tip. If there's a particular track you especially like, don't be afraid to reuse it 2 or 3 times throughout the video. That way, viewers get to hear your best material more than once, and it saves you from having to generate an entirely new batch of songs every time. Once your audio is fully laid out with crossfades between every track, it's time to add your visuals. If you went with a static image, this part's simple. Just drag it onto the timeline and stretch it to cover the full length of the video. If you're using a single looping animation, drop it onto the timeline and run it through your editor's built-in AI upscaler or enhancer, since the raw clip was likely generated at a lower resolution like 720p. Once it's enhanced, copy and paste that same clip repeatedly across your entire timeline to fill the runtime. If you went with the multiple loop approach, enhance each clip individually the same way, then copy and arrange them across the timeline in whatever order feels natural. Mixing up the sequence keeps things visually interesting. Once everything's in place, export your video, give it a clear file name, and make sure your export resolution is set to 1080p. And that's it. You're ready to upload it to YouTube. So, to recap, research your niche, dig into AI music subniches, use a free research extension to confirm low competition and high demand, and check the thanks and join buttons to confirm the niche is actually monetizable. Generate your songs, produce roughly 10 to 20 AI tracks, extending and merging them as needed to build out a 30-minute to 2-hour runtime. Build your background, either a single static AI-generated image or a seamless looping animation using the frame-to-frame trick, and edit it all together. Layer your songs with crossfades to remove dead air, add your visuals, upscale if needed, and export in 1080p. That's the entire workflow from start to finish. From here, it really comes down to consistency, testing different subniches, tracking what performs, and refining your visual style as you find your footing in the algorithm.